Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I don't even know where to start with it. This is the look that kind of, I don't know, for me it felt like it just went nuts. I never intended to post this look, I never intended to create this look, I never intended to film this look. Because it was something that I just completely did on a whim. But here we are. This is that look. If you guys have found this video from other sources and are like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, this look I did, which was inspired by Staceymariemua. I will put her stuff somewhere, either in the video or down below. I just used some of the colours and kind of the techniques that I've seen her use, that kind of really smoky, grungy, blown out kind of look, and it went nuts. She reposted it, which was absolutely insane as it was, and then I all of a sudden had so many people following me, asking me to create it. Like, you guys voted on a poll because I wasn't going to film it, and then it was just like, yeah, okay. Looks like this look so impactful and so out there, but literally they're pretty much the same technique that you would use to do a smoky eye and an inner corner highlight, but just with different colours, and that's the impact that it kind of makes. So in reality it's actually quite a simple look, but it just looks complicated and it's literally not. Yeah, this is pretty much it. So I'm gonna talk you through that today.
Hi everyone and welcome back. I thought I would do a voiceover this time because I just feel like sometimes walkthroughs are incredibly long. So I'm just applying some of the Ico brow gel. I've started doing this first. Now my brows are a little bit more unruly, and this just helps kind of frame them a little bit, put them in place before I actually start. So I'm now going in with a little bit of spiked pencil by MAC, just filling in any sparse places, any places that need a little bit of extra help, because mine sometimes do. I also like to change the shape a little bit and just make sure the tail's a little bit further out. My brows naturally go down, kind of sad, so yeah, just changing the shape a little bit of them. I find that the more unruly my brows are, the more time I need to take over them, and it drives me insane. So now I'm just applying some of the P. Louise base. This is a MAC 252 brush. So this is the synthetic version, and I'm just patting that all over my eye. I've used the tiniest amount, and I'll show you how much I've used in a second. You really don't need a lot. I'm just basically patting that all the way through up to the brow. I'm not necessarily carving it out, but I'm kind of just helping that shape a little bit more. You can literally see this is exactly how much of the product that I use, and that was probably a little bit too much. You really don't need a lot with this product. It is not like concealer, it's not like Select Cover Up. You need the tiniest amount, and just the more you pat it, the more opaque it becomes and the more dispersed it becomes as well. You don't want to work with a really thick layer of this at all, and that's the beauty of it, because it's so lightweight. It feels like you're not wearing eyeshadow. It's just the absolute best. That's why I love it so much. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the shade Brick, and I'm just using a Morphe M441 brush for this, and I'm not being neat, as you can see. I'm pretty much just picking up that product, depositing it on the eye through the crease. This is one of the main colours that we're using, so I kind of want that on there, really just so I can get started with the blending. So just moving that around onto the eye, picking up and depositing the colour. And I'm now just going in with a clean brush just to buff away those edges and get it ready for the next colour that we're about to apply. This base makes it so easy to blend out eyeshadow into literally nothing. You do have to definitely work with it. This is a little bit of Makeup Geek Early Bird mixed with Morocco eyeshadows, and I'm just popping that right the way up through the higher points and towards the brow. When I did this look first, I brought that eyeshadow up high, like literally to the brow high. I love a good kind of grungy full-on smoky eye, so I'm not afraid of going up to the brow, and you guys shouldn't be afraid of it either. Just popping that on again and just blending out those edges before we add that Makeup Geek Early Bird and Morocco shade. I don't know if you guys can see, there's little bits of glitter everywhere. There's some in my hairline. I was at some training the other day and literally I'm finding glitter everywhere in my eyebrows, like it's a joke. So I've been finding it all on my floor, everywhere. You think you've hoovered up and you actually haven't. So now I'm just popping on a little bit of Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the shade and I'm using exactly the same brush. I'm not changing my brushes. I am lazy when it comes to stuff like this and I don't like using too many brushes. So I try and use the same brush. This is just that M441. Popping a little bit of that fudge in, just sort of on the lower lid area. And then going in with that orangey shade, the Morocco shade from Makeup Geek, and just kind of buffing over the top of that as well. Now I'm going in with a little bit of, this is the NYX Slide On Glide On Liner in Jet Black. I did the other eye, but it was off camera because I'm an idiot. So I'm just smudging that in now. This is just a regular kind of shading buffing brush. I think this is from Aphrodite London, but the MAC 239 looks exactly like this, and I'm sure the other brands that are out there have the same sort of brush. The technique I'm using is I'm pretty much patting over the top of it. I'm not really kind of like running the brush back and forward. And I'm just using a little bit of Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the shade Noir, just to darken that up. Popping on some Face and Body by MAC. This is in the shade C4. It's a little bit dark for me at the minute. I've been waiting for like the past week to tan, so I am very pale at the moment. And just popping on a little bit of Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. This is in the shade C6, so that should help even out the darkness now. And I'm using my dry beauty blender as always. I don't like a full coverage of my concealer, so I like the fact that the beauty blender just absorbs anything that isn't needed. So now I'm going in with, this is Sugar Pill and Dolly Pop, and I'm pretty much just popping that really super low down. You'll see how far down I go with it. It's like very low down. The nice thing about this look is that it is really grungy and smoky, so you know you have an excuse to. You can go as low down as you feel comfortable with. I just found that I wanted to go low because I bought the black quite low. Literally the black will sit in my socket line underneath, if that makes sense, and I wanted that pink to still be really on show. And I'm kind of just patting it on now using, it was a MAC 217, but it's not a normal 217. It was from a limited edition collection, so it's kind of an odd shape, but it's really great for getting in under that eye. And just using that beauty blender just to kind of get rid of any excess and buff away any edges. I'm now going in, this is Sugar Pill again, and it's Poison Plum, so it's just adding a little bit of purpleness to the look. I don't know if purpleness is a word, but it is now. And just building those colours up and going in with that Jet Black liner again. I'm bringing that all the way down under my eye. Don't be afraid to really grunge this out and really smoke it out under the eye. And just using the same brush again just to blend away any of those edges, just so it all blends together. And just picking up a tiny little bit of that Poison Plum just to blend all of that together as well. So I completely forgot to film this bit because I'm an idiot, but I just put Fenty Beauty Trophy Wife on the inner corners and added some lacy lashes in the style Corinne. That's pretty much all I did while you guys were switched off. I'm just adding my freckles now. This is Rimmel's lip liner in Cappuccino. It's like my all-time favourite lip liner for freckles. I absolutely love the way that this colour looks. It almost has that ashy grey colour, which is what you kind of want your freckles to appear like. And that's pretty much it. I just applied some lip conditioner from MAC, and this is pretty much how I completed the entire look. It seems a lot more complicated than it actually is. If you guys do recreate it, tag me and let me know. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.